faces in it.
Welcome to this week's interview. Hi.
Hi. Welcome to our third interview.
Okay, so I guess what are we doing this week? Or last week, what happened? Big one?
Yes, the Wacken.
We had the Battle of the Bands, which is really good actually. That was the show that was kind of our biggest to date, where it was the biggest kind of, I don't know, because it was
I suppose.
at the Lion Arts Factory, which is really well set up.
Yeah, good preparation when setting up the stage. Everything is just so much easier playing on the stage now.
It felt like a proper stage that we played on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chords not in the way, things getting tangled up.
Yeah.
It's just a lot more professionally set up in most places.
And I guess, we actually held, it's the second time I think so far, in our journey that we actually held the audience for the whole, for a whole 45 minute set. Yeah. And we had because usually you can sometimes see people just walking off.
Yeah, walking in and out.
Yeah, I know.
They're always contemplating it and then they just walk off and don't come back.
This was probably the first time where one of the first times where everyone stuck around for the whole...
Don't get me wrong, we're not that bad that we...
Yeah, no, I know.
Every other show we had people sticking around, but the majority...
This was the best one.
This was the best by far. And so we had literally only two people...
Yeah.
Partners or whatever, they walked off and I was like, wait, everyone's listening to us?
Everyone was actually
so cool.
Staying and listening.
And it felt really good.
Yeah, it all comes down to, we've been rehearsing how to perform and keep the audience there.
Yes,
how to keep you all involved in our show.
So I guess that's an interesting thing we can talk about.
Because there's a difference between just playing and there's a different thing with performing. It's two big different things. You're performing your music or you're just playing it to yourselves.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference. So people are going to paying and going to see shows because they want a performance, not just a band playing to themselves.
Which is what we used to do.
Yes.
Which is what I think we've fixed over the last few shows really well though, is our performance to everybody and what we do on the stage.
We're involving the audience in your music. And that's why you play to an audience, is to involve them into it.
I think that's an interesting question. Maybe we can go into that a bit more. So what does it mean to perform? What's the difference?
So I suppose there's an artist, for me, there's my interpretation of what the songs are about, but you're performing what the artist is performing, what they believe the music is about, and what they know what it's about, obviously, because I wrote the lyrics and all that. So that's my performance side to it. So you're just showing the audience, I suppose, your take, just bringing them into it more in a sense, is that?
So is it almost like the song itself is kind of like a blue, it's because each time you perform the song, you're going to have a different kind of performance.
Yeah.
But the song itself is kind of like the blueprint.
Yeah, exactly.
Of kind of based on, our songs are really personal and they're based on experiences. And that, but because ideally we don't want, with the music, we don't want, we want it to be based on experience and something real, but we don't want it to be that experience defines the song. The song needs to tap into something more universal.
So if someone asks me what the song is about, I will say, what does it mean to you? I know what it is to me, but what does it mean to you and what does it make you feel?
Yeah.
So that's what's so important, I think, is people having their own interpretations.
So that means so I guess in essence, whenever each night that we perform at each gig, that performance will mean something different. It's we're taking the blueprint of the song, but we're not just doing it verbatim. We're kind of giving it life each time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's a big difference.
Because I know you mentioned that you were you sing lyrics to the person.
Yes, when I sing on stage, I look at people in the eyes, and what I'm actually saying to them, I mean at that very specific point in time as well. Because you got to mean it. You got to mean what you're saying, and you got to be what you're saying. Because otherwise, why else do it? I mean,
people won't believe it.
No, you gotta sort of be realistic.
Yeah, so that's something, and I guess so. What else? What hurdles? Like, so now we're trying to book.
We're trying to book.
Yeah.
More shows, I guess. I mean, we didn't win the Battle of the Bands, but I look at. I was talking to a couple of people. I look at it as I think we had a positive outcome regardless. We got to meet contacts there. We got to meet bands.
That was really good.
Which was really good because now that set up future shows.
Yeah.
We got to play on, like you were saying, one of the best stages in Adelaide, and we had our big freaking Sons of Innocence LED thing on the back, which a lot of people commented about, which looked really cool in the videos.
That's the thing with our performance is our performance actually needs that.
Yeah,
we need the stage, we need the lights, we need the... Because otherwise it looks a bit weird.
Yeah, the way it was set out at Battle of the Bands is exactly how we've wanted it for months, really.
But just getting that is hard.
Yeah, it's not easy. And I think it's just now trying to continue what we were doing from Battle of the Bands. It has been a good first month, I'd say, of the year. I mean, I was saying to James, we're 3/4 into January and we played Battle of the Bands. We've released an EP and we got played on the radio last night.
Yeah.
So it's been a pretty solid.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually another thing.
Yeah. We got played for the first time on the radio.
Yeah. So we could. How about we delve into that a bit more? So how?
Yes.
What?
3D.
So what? Like, obviously, you don't just get played on the radio. Like, what went into going? Like, the radio didn't just go all of a sudden. Because they don't come to our shows. So
3D radio.
Well, I mean,
what do we do?
3D radio have followed and liked some of our posts for a fair bit of time.
Okay.
I personally didn't message them at all.
Oh, okay.
They chose us.
Basically,
well, there you go.
yeah.
Proves you wrong.
So basically, they put out a post saying they were going to play a new song from us, but we didn't message them at all.
So that's exciting. Actually, can you mute my thing?
Oh, that was mine.
Oh, no. Anyway. Okay, so, yeah, but we have James behind the camera.
Whoops.
Flip around a second.
Fuck you all. I love you.
Well, anyway. James found a list of online radio stations.
Don't tell them a secret. No, I'm joking. Yes.
So I think...
Internet Radio Box, boys. Check it out.
What was it?
I think it's Internet Radio Box. It's got a list of every radio station in the world. If it's internet or a station itself.
That's the key. We've been emailing radio stations internationally, not just in Adelaide and around, because we want to break the bounds of just Adelaide and Australia, of course.
So we want to just go out as far as we can with our music and share it with everybody.
Yeah, so I think that's key because we don't have a label, don't have anyone. We don't really have much experience with that type of thing as well, like the business side and getting our stuff out. So we're just kind of like winging it.
Basically,
and one of
just
them is like, oh god, like what do we do? Now we've got an EP which we brought out, which is really cool for the
Formaldehyde. It's on Spotify.
Hi. What happened to the D?
From
Aldehyde, Michigan.
Anyway,
where that
It's
is.
on Spotify anyway if you can't.
But that
That's
came
how
about
fans
as
are
well. Like,
stupid.
we never intended to release an EP. We intended to release an album.
Release an album.
Cue dramatic music.
But
Dun, dun, dun.
we had 4 songs, and so we needed to get them out there because we needed something. We needed to put out the package, something that we can actually like. Because people. So here's the thing we found, in terms of booking shows. One is if you just like message or go like message places. First of all, they'll just be like, "Who is this?" and they're probably more than likely not give you a show. So Steve and I, about the end of last year or something, walked in like to venues and just knocked on their door basically and said, "Oh, do you have any shows coming up and all that?" We got a couple of contacts out of that, and so then, but that didn't pay off straight away. Like it's like they now knew, and so then like months later they offered a show. But once we played at that show, there's a couple of venues like this. They then know they've heard us.
Yeah.
And then the next time we contact them, they're more than likely to like say, oh. And so that's happened a couple of times. And this is one major thing, if I say, if you're going to book shows, one thing is always follow up.
Yes.
Like ASAP.
Yeah.
Just because they say they're going to do it doesn't mean they're going to do it.
Because we've had shows where you play and then they're like, oh, that's awesome. Like, you know, guys should come back. We'll have you again. Like, and you're like, oh, great, awesome. And they've even said, like, some places have even said, oh, you know, come back and for whatever reason. And then, like, you just don't hear back from them.
Yeah.
And so you need to go and message them almost the day after, or just
basically,
and say, oh, you know, do you have any shows or whatever, like while it's fresh in their mind, and then it converts it into action.
And sometimes repeatedly messaging these places again.
Well, yeah.
If you message them and ring them.
But you got to make sure, obviously, there's this...
You're not harassing them. You're not harassing them.
But
you got to, tactfully.
So, what about setbacks? Do we have any setbacks past week?
The past week.
Not really the past week. I mean, the week before was the bank.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't really call that much of a setback.
I suppose like some challenges we got ahead is we've got to get a package together too.
Yes.
We really want to get signed to a label.
Yeah.
I
think for what we want to do, we need a bit of money right now. And that's like we're all, like we said before, we're all struggling to make that money that we need. So the banks, so we went to the bank because that was one option, and there's obviously other options out there. But labels have, I think a lot of the way they work is that they have multiple bands, and because they got multiple bands, they can kind of they got more power to get loans and to do things with money. But we want to start touring interstate and possibly like international. We want to get our music out there. But we're the band, like we've always wanted this for like since we started. But the thing is, right now is when
I think it's our best
chance. The band is in the spot.
The band's in a really good spot to actually do it now.
And it's almost like if we don't
do it,
we'll miss the window. Yeah, basically. I think at the moment
we've only got this opportunity once in your life.
I think at the moment we're in the window of opportunity to do it, and I think if we don't do it and we miss it, we'll be stuck.
Yeah,
basically. Basically where we are.
So looking for labels and so a couple of strategies that we're going to tackle to try and get this is one is a press kit. So press release and a press kit, which I've looked at. Like you just look at little bands that we kind of like. So I would just say, rather than modelling yourself off of because it's good to try and get a ballpark figure of where you want to be, and we want to do this as a job, but we don't want to get rich off it. Like, I mean, if it happens, it happens, but we want to really just make a living. And so there's a few bands that we kind of like. For me, I know I love North Lane, and I see that they're making a living off it, but they're not like super popular, but they are popular. And I think Steve, it's like Wednesday 13
and things like people like that.
And like, so if the first steps I took was to look at North Lane's kind of press thing, because they're on a label called UNFD. I looked at their press site, and then I looked at their media release, like a press release that they did, and we're kind of trying to see what elements they have in theirs, and see what we can have. And so a few of them that we're lacking at the moment is a music video. Another is actually reviews or like some kind of
feel free to review us.
Yes, review our EP.
Whether you hate it or love it, I don't know.
Just give us a review.
So that's the other thing we're going to try and get, and then so we're just trying to build up these things to get a nice press kit that we can like send out, and that will help us get shows. It will help us become more renowned and just be in the band league.
I think we're destined great things if we pursue
it's all out there.
We've
got to chase after and pursue it.
It's not going to happen if we just sit here and expect it to.
We'll stop sitting here and do something.
Is there anything else?
I think that's most of the stuff that's happened this week.
Love you.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week, except it's going to be different people next week.
Is it?
Yeah, we got
people.
Yes.
Jason.
It's not going to be
Brian.
me next week.
James.
So, is there anything?
Oh yeah, so we still need to get our Patreon up and running.
Yes.
But we do have merch.
Oh yeah, we
merch.
We do have merch. So we have t-shirts and we have physical
T-shirts?
copies of our EP.
and t-shirts and physical copies.
So
And t-shirts.
You said that before.
yeah, I said shirts.
Oh.
I was making a joke.
You can check out the t-shirts on our Facebook page. There's a link for them. And the EPs, if you want a copy, just let us know.
Thank you.
They're $10.
Bye.
25 bucks.
Bye. See you next week.
Thanks,
Assalamu alaikum.
I've been crushed up.